Hello, I'm Gordon Lane, editor of CameraLabs.com, and I'd like to give you a brief video tour around the Nikkor 18-200mm zoom lens. Here it is, the 18-200mm, and I've got it mounted here on a Nikon D80 body, and this is one of the most popular combinations of body and lens available today. Now the 18-200mm is actually one of Nikon's most popular lenses to date, and for very good reason. Most obviously it offers an extremely flexible zoom range. It's an equivalent of 27mm to 300mm, so that takes you from decent wide angle to really pretty powerful telephoto. Here's some examples of that in practice. Here's the 18-200mm zoomed all the way out to 18mm, again mounted on the D80, and you can see that it captures a really nice wide field, which is ideal for shooting landscapes, or even if you're taking group shots and you just can't step back any further. Now let's zoom the lens all the way into 200mm, and you can see just how close it gets to the subject. You can really pick out a lot of detail with this lens. This lens range isn't just flexible, it's also very convenient in practice. Because it covers almost all the focal lengths you'll be using in most day-to-day circumstances, you'll also be removing the lens much less frequently, and in turn that means there's less chance of dust getting inside the body and leaving little marks on your images. Now let's have a look at the actual lens itself, zoomed all the way out and in. Here it is, out at the 18mm mark. This is as small as the lens gets in practice, and now I'll zoom it all the way into 200mm, and you can see the barrel extends by quite a long way. Now when you zoomed into 200mm, working at an equivalent of 300mm, camera shake can become a bit of an issue. So to combat that, Nikon has equipped this lens with vibration reduction facilities. This actually uses a series of little lenses within the barrel that counteract the wobbles. So what you see through the viewfinder is a really steady view. In practice we found it's very effective, with this lens allowing you to handhold exposures 3 to 4 times slower than normal. So with this lens you get great range, you get stabilisation, and as you'll see in our review at CameraLabs.com, you get great quality as well. So is there anything wrong with it? Well, physically speaking, it does suffer from creep a little bit. This is an effect where a lens, under the weight of its own components, can actually move a little bit. I'll give you a demonstration of that right now. Here's the lens fully zoomed into 200mm, and I'm pointing it vertically upwards. The lens is holding its position, so there's no problem at all. However, if I zoom the lens out just a little bit to about the 100mm mark and let go, you can see the lens actually falls down through its own weight. And this also happens the other way around as well. If I hold it, point it all the way down, you can see the barrel extending downwards here. Now, to be fair, this is part of the course for most lenses that are relatively heavy and well built, so it's not a criticism that you can level exclusively against the 18-200mm, but it's certainly worth knowing, especially if you do a lot of work on a tripod with the lens pointing up or pointing down. It will extend a little bit. Apart from that though, this really is one of the best optics you can get if you have a Nikon body today. Whether you've got a Nikon D40 or a Nikon D200 or even a D2X, this lens is one of the best ones around. And because of that, one of the other big downsides is availability. We found that a lot of stores just cannot stock enough of these lenses, so if you see one and you want one, I'd recommend that you buy it. To see full results from this lens, some sample images, and also how it compares against rival models from Sigma and Tamron, please check out our full review at www.cameralabs.com.